to my friends in Cuba. Greetings from California. It's Bendan Hillman, and I'm reading by my window in my study, and I'm sending you all greetings and love from here. I'm going to read 4 poems. I'll send 4 separate videos, and I chose 4 poems to help you celebrate your 60th anniversary. So this is from a visit that Bob and I made to Habana, and it's about a visit to the gardens of that commemorated Jose Marti's work. So this is called In the Gardens of Jose Marti. It's dedicated to the poets Claudia Keelan and Soledad Rios. You came from the shadows with your recent friends. At midday, a mild joy entered, then the rind of hope. Imperial history and colonial rage. Stopped at the blue door and waited. But a poet is like a tiny starving cat, eating stolen food from the fingers of the group. When the garden sighed in Tuesday heat, revolutionary love was given back, past civil law, curled in limestone walls where workers sang laments. What keeps you hiding gives you energy, alphabet of zeros, cave refrains, dreams of the little dire fishes. When we were in the gardens, we saw many little cats and we fed them together. Okay, this is the second poem I'll read, and it's called In Some Senses of the Word. I should mention that I'm reading from a new translation of my work that was done by Ezekiel Zayden. I'm, of course, reading the English, but I'll send to Pierre the translations. And this is a new poem from my new book that is for a group of women that I do rituals with. We call ourselves witches, but we're just a group of poets. In some senses of the word, the spirits stand round in their bristly ovals. They don't really know what to do. A bobcat hunts on the oblong hill, its tan hunger ruffling the Saturn grasses. A day brings velvet fog to the warm ground. The wren with the N at the edge of its nest makes all sounds eat from earth while lost things turn and circulate. Stuck in your golden thought, dreaming of apocalypse or blood, you call to the dead, not sure now. You call to the body, much closer than a place. Your brain makes a chant. At the edge of the wood, it will know where to turn. At the edge of the world, they might know where to turn. At the edge of the word, we may know here to turn. Okay, my third poem is a poem I wrote for some activist friends who had done several versions of protest for environmental causes. Triple moments of light and industry. During our protests at the refineries, our friend R tells us there are bugs in the oil in the earth-colored vats at Valero and Shell, tiny slave bacteria changing sulfides, ammonia, hydrocarbons, and phenol into levels of toxin the mixture can tolerate. And then we consider how early tired stars gave way to carbon molecules a short time after the start of time. And now carbon makes its way in all life as the present tense makes its way in poetry, the sludge in the vats where the hydrocarbonoclastic bacteria break things down to unending necessities, of which Dante writes of the middle of hell, light where no light is. R, says his friend who tends the bugs for the company, feels tenderly toward his mini sludge eaters. They are his animals. He takes their temperature and stirs them, and so on. We pause to think of it. Such small creatures. At the beginning of life, the cells were anaerobic, ocean vents of fire, archaea, and then they loved air. At the axis of time, there are triple moments when you look back, forward, or in. As a child, you were asked to perform more than you could manage. Your need was not symmetrical. It is impossible to repay the laborers who work so hard. R describes his friend's work as devotional. The bacteria do not experience hurt or the void, but their service is uneven, and that is why I protest. This is the fourth poem I will read, and it's dedicated to all the poets in Cuba. And it's a poem I wrote right after my father died. Thank you for your work. Species prepare to exist after money. It turns out bacteria communicate in color. They warn each other in teal or celadon, and humans assign meaning to this, saying they are distressed or full of longing. The wood rat makes a nest of H's. It hoards the 7 tiny silences. Crows in the pine can count specific faces like writers who feel their work has been ignored. My father spent his life thinking about money, though he knew it causes most of this stupid violence. And he thought of me as a sensible person. You have the chemical for sensible, he said. There was no tragedy between us, unlike how poor Joyce wrote that his daughter turned away from that battered cabman's face the world. I didn't turn away because I don't know where it is. It is all over. And when it seems pure nothingness has come to pass, I know another animal prepares itself. Nationless, not sensible. Thinking of it helps a little bit. Thank you. I send love to Cuba.